One away, bottom of the 5-0 Impact. One run in the first and the third after RBI single by Jensen Howell, an error that allowed 2 runs to come in, and then a triple from Taylor Filla after the ball was misplayed out and left. Now here we are in the bottom of the third with Olivia Doyle in on the hand. And that one over to second for out number 2. In the circle, it's still Caitlin King for the Impact. Defense we'll remind you of in case you're just joining us here in the bottom of the third. Bayerano out and left. Bayerano out and left. Fava in center. Ryan in right. Hawthorne at third. And at short. Phila at second. Howell at first. And Freshwater behind the plate. Back to the top of the order with Cameo Prasuti. 0 for 1 on the day. Ground out in the first is what it's labeled because she was out of the box after a long at-bat was called out of the box on a foul ball. Bottom of the third, 5-0 Impact. That one, hot shot right through the 5-hole. Somehow that went through Emma Hawthorne's body, and Prasuti is aboard with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. For the Pioneers so far in the day, that's hit number 2 off of Caitlin King. They had a single in the second, had 2 on with 2 outs after an error, but couldn't push a run across. Here's Megan Piero, flew out in the first. And that'll be pretty easy for Jensen Howell. She steps on the bag for out number 3. So 1 runner left on base, 1 base hit for the Pioneers, but that's it. And we're through 3. Impact still up 5-0 on the Pioneers. Again, glad you're with us. Gray Robertson here. Jim Delaney also here as we get everything set. It is 92 degrees here at Lakewood Ranch, but according to the iPhone weather app, it feels like 102. And with all the camera equipment out of a distance, with all the camera crew everywhere and the camera equipment everywhere, sometimes things just get a little bit hot. We put everything in freezers for a minute and got everything reset, and now we're back headed to the top of the 4th. Pioneers enter 3-5. They already beat the Slice earlier today, 9-2. Impact 2-5. They've lost their last 5. Their last win this summer was against the Pioneers, a 6-5 walk-off victory last Friday here at Lakewood Ranch. This will be the site for the remainder of the games, as I don't think it's been announced officially, but as decided this morning by Executive Director of the FGCL, Ryan Moore. Now we go to the top of the 4th with 9-1-2. 2 up for the Impact.
Yeah, and Gray, this is Jim Delaney here with Gray Robertson in Lakewood Ranch for Saturday action. And again, it's 102, approaching 110 it seems like. We appreciate everybody's patience. I know we were communicating with some people while we were rebooting the system, but everything looks to be back up. I've got Facebook up in front of me. Gray's pretty active on Twitter as we are multitasking here as we go to the top of the 4th.
Lots of action happening all over the place as the wind blows. Madeline Lindsley, first pitch over to second. Piero easy does it for out number 1. Lindsley now 0 for 2 on the day. Madeline Bayerano got things started in the 3rd with a base hit. That at the time is the first hit of the day for the Impact. She came around to score in the 3rd inning. 1 for 2 day for her. Hi to Bayerano. Bunted foul. Sophie Hannibus in the circle back for her 4th inning of work. Far she has allowed 5 runs on 4 hits, but only 1 of those earned. Defense hasn't helped her out. At least 2 errors. It might be 3. I have too, but we'll see how the official score likes things, and we check Game Changer later on. Ripped up the middle. That'll get through for another base hit for Bejarano. She's aboard with a 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Over on the other field, bottom of the 3rd, it is 1-0 Rivermox over Fast Pitch U. Fast Pitch U winners of their last 2. Rivermox tied at the top of the standings with the squeeze. And now Erica Beach could be making a change in the circle. And that's what will happen. Taylor Gilmore will replace Sophie Hannibus. 3rd straight game where Gilmore has appeared. She came in against the Slice earlier, went 3 innings, just gave up 2 hits, walked 1, 3. Gilmore, redshirt sophomore out of Colorado State from Broomfield, Colorado. Entered the day for the Pioneers with an ERA of 3.39 this summer. 10 1/3, 8 hits, 7 runs, 5 earned, 8 walks, 15 Ks. Those 5 earned runs, the first she'd allowed all season, and that was last night in the 6-2 loss to the Squeeze. Best pitch is a changeup. It is dirty when it finds its way into the zone. Has a rise ball, drop ball. The rise a little wild at times, but her drop's pretty good. Has good movement, good pace. She'll try and keep the Impact where they are here in the top of the 4th. Impact has gone the way of the Slice with the in-dugout speakers for a mixture of tunes. They were just playing something from Pitch Perfect, I believe, was that movie. As Mackenzie Ryan steps in. No official at bat. Walked and scored in the 1st, sack bunt in the 3rd. That went over to 3rd. Doyle tries to get the force, not in time. Slow roller. And Doyle turned on it, trying to get Bejarano, but not in time, and now 2 on with 1 down on the failed fielder's choice. Casey Fava at the plate. New acquisition for the Impact. Started off with the Lynx, playing her first games with the Impact. She's 0 for 2 after an 0 for 3 opener with the Impact last night. Gilmore tripped and fell there. Still got the strike, 0-1. 5 out of UCF from Sanford, Florida. Reached on an error in the 1st. Ground out in the 3rd. Oh, 1 to Fava. Chose bunt, lays it down beautifully. It dies. Peterson will flip to 1st. Not in time. Bases loaded on the bunt single from Casey Fava, and the bases are juiced for Jensen Howell, who has been a beast so far. Sack fly in the 1st, RBI single in the 3rd. She's driven in 2 of the 5 runs for the Impact. See what the head coach for the Impact, Ashton Hines, does with the base hit. She's over in the 3rd base coaching box, former Bethune-Cookman softball player. Trying to get her team off the schneid. Low for ball 1. Howell entered the day overall, hitting .333. Sees that one in for a strike. Did not bat earlier today. This is his first game of the day for the Impact. Going in there for strike 2. Howell out of Northwestern State from Pollock, Louisiana. Junior last year for the Demons of Northwestern State. 1-2, misses outside, 2-2. We're in the top of the fourth. 1 down, bases loaded. 5-0 Impact. Pioneers got a 9-2 victory over the Slice. They moved up to 5 in the standings with a 3-5 record. Impact, though, trying to move to 2-0 against the Pioneers this summer and slide back into the 5 position. Change, almost got her. Count runs full. Bases loaded, 1 out. Top of the fourth. Gilmore in the circle, second pitcher of the day for the Pioneers. Over to Poston at short. Oh, that should be interference. Does that mean the run scores? And Bejarano will be sent back to third as expected. Can't do that. As Ryan ran right into Poston, that loads the bases with 2 down. Fun to score as the bases are still juiced here with 2 away, and Taryn Freshwater. Bejarano back at third, Fava at second, Howell at first. After the runner's interference on Mackenzie Ryan. Freshwater 1 for 2, singled in the third. Too far inside for ball 1. Freshwater out of USF entered the day hitting .391 with 4 RBI. Did she go? No, she didn't. 2-0. Gilmore's change is getting reactions, but it's not finding its way in the zone. Here at the top of the fourth with 2 outs. Impact up 5-0, looking for more. In there for strike 1. Coming up after this game, it is Slice and Squeeze. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Should be a ton of fun. So that one's fouled off. 2-2. There will be a game, of course, going on the other field at that same time. Once the River Mocs and Fast Pitch U are completed, and that'll be River Mocs and Impact. And then we start things all over again in week 3 on Monday. Now from here at Lakewood Ranch. Now here's Erica Beach with the lineup card out.
And
double checking something.
And Gray, to add, I think we are Lakewood Ranch during the week. It's not official, but it sounded it.
You heard it
earlier.
Here first.
That's right. We broke it.
But don't blame us if it's incorrect. 2-2 to Freshwater. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Poked out to right. That'll drop for a base hit. Bejarano comes in to score. Here comes Fava. 7-0 Impact on the RBI single by Taryn Freshwater. Waited on the off speed and just put it in play.
That was
right in front of Prom out and right.
It was a great at bat. And she battled and kept her hands back, waited on that off speed, took it oppo.
Now I am 0 for 2. Flew out in the second, reached on an error in the third, that allowed 2 runs to score. First pitch, fouled back. 7-0 Impact. What a tale of 2 games for the Pioneers. A 9-2 victory over the Slice. Domination really had a hold on that game from the start, but now 7-0 the deficit. for the team that's had the most trouble in the league scoring runs. There's the change for a strike, 0-2. Am from Florida Atlantic, batting 6th against Gilmore. Too high, 2-1. Runners on first and second. That one will get through the left side, off the glove of Poston. Here comes Howell. And she scores with ease. 8-0 Impact on the base. Just found its way through. And now Phila will try and extend this fourth. To Poston. Long throw is in time to retire the side, but wow, the Impact striking while the iron is hot on the offensive end. 8-0. Headed to the bottom of the fourth. Caitlin King working with a big lead. Pioneers need some runs if they want to get back in this game.
What's the score? 2-0. Ouch.
As we continue to adjust, we head to the bottom of the fourth. Impact has really opened it up. 8-0 over the Pioneers, and now the Nears will need something against Caitlin King, who's been pretty dominant. 2 hits allowed so far. No walks, no strikeouts, but most importantly, no runs. So the Impact looks to get off the 5-game losing streak in which they currently reside. Pioneers just ended a losing streak earlier today, hoping to avoid another one. Starting off with 3-4-5, Grace Prom, Mackenzie Ball, and the pitcher, Taylor Gilmore.
And here we go, Grace Prom. Let's see what happens. It's the inside joke of the league so far with the two of us.
She was hit by a pitch in the first, but then the home plate umpire said, nope, you stuck the elbow out. Eventually got struck out looking. Going up against Caitlin King, sister of Megan King, who is here. Saw her earlier, not sure where she went. First pitch low to Prom for ball 1. King, the freshman last year out of Elon, has had some issues this summer, but showing good command today. That's the pitch that's worked a lot. Drop low in the zone, 1-1. Thank you for joining us on Stream Live Tampa. The equipment seems to be cool as we've got a little bit of cloud cover here. Unbelievably. What a time to be alive.
We welcome the clouds for sure.
If they stay as long as the clouds from last night, this time I won't have a problem. 2-1. That one hammered out to left. And running in to make the catch is Bejarano for out number 1.
As you were saying, constantly adjusting. I mean, we just moved our area, our tent and table back about 3 feet just to get a little bit better signal with our equipment. And we appreciate everybody's patience as we are in the bottom of the fourth.
8-0 Impact. Pioneers have left 3 runners on base today, but really haven't had a major chance to do anything against Caitlin King. And now Mackenzie Ball down 0-1. Ball did single in the second. That was a leadoff base hit. That one is crushed out to center. Fava drifts over, makes the catch, 2 down. Over on the other field, top of the 4th, River Mocs have expanded the lead just a bit, 3-0 against Fast Pitch U. River Mocs 6-1, trying to stay at the top of the standings. Fast Pitch U winners of their last 2 after beating the previously 3rd-ranked Lynx earlier today. Here's Gilmore, flew out in the second. And for ball 1. One and one. Pioneers pitching hasn't been really that bad today. Just gotten some unlucky breaks with some bounces. And a couple of defensive miscues. That was the one statistic that really stuck out as we came into the Friday games last night. Pioneers with a .916 entering the weekend. Had some errors against the squeeze on Friday. That one to second. Corralled by Phila over to first in time. 1-2-3. As Caitlin King continues to motor right along. And the Impact will look to try and shore things up. Headed to the top of the 5th in run rule territory, looking for some more to make it tougher for the Pioneers to stick around. As we head to the top of the 5th. Off to the top of the 5th. 1 run in the first for the Impact, 4 runs in the third, 3 in the 4th. And here we are, 8-0. Pioneers turning to Taylor Gilmore to try and keep the score the same. She'll face 8-9-1. Impact electing not to go with the 10 spot in the lineup. Interesting day for Pioneers. Head coach Erica Beach got the victory over the Slice. Had to scurry over here, get the lineup down quickly. And I really don't blame the Pioneers for perhaps being a bit zapped by the 90-plus heat here at Lakewood Ranch. And that's just the official temperature. It feels like 102. That was about 30 minutes ago. I'm sure it hasn't gone the other way. Yeah, it feels like 104 right now. Here's Hawthorne. 0 for 1 day for her. A 9-3 ground out in the third in that inning. Change in for strike 1. Also was hit by a pitch in the second. Just missed, 1-1. What has been deemed upset Saturday because of the 7th place team knocking off the 3rd place team and 6th knocking off 4th. This technically would count because the Impact right now are 6th, Pioneers sitting at 5th. As we get very technical with our upset descriptions. 2-1 to Hawthorne. Change in for strike 2. When it's on, probably one of the top 5 pitches available here in the FGCL. But when it misses the zone, it just throws Gilmore all over the place. That's why it took her a minute to get out of the fourth inning. That one slammed out to right, and that'll drop for a base hit. For Emma Hawthorne, leadoff runner aboard here in the top of the fifth as the Impact looks for more before they go for the 5-inning shutout in the bottom half. Here's Madeline Lindsley, 0 for 2, couple of ground outs. In for strike one. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Slice waiting behind home plate. They take on the Squeeze coming up next. Oh-2 from Gilmore. Chased on the drop. Runner goes and sliding in safely is Hawthorne on the stolen base, but one down. But back to the top of the order, and Madeline Bejarano, who has been destructive at the plate today. 2 for 3, a couple of singles in the third and fourth. She scored both times. That one misses for ball one. Team saying, Maddie, stay hot. Not a problem today. Freshman last year for UCF out of Cottonwood, Alabama. Glad to see a member of my home state here in the FGCL. In there for strike one. Looks like Ashton Hines telling Madeline Lindsley to go throw. Get ready just in case. That one up in the air. Poston drifts back to make the catch for out number 2. New hitter for the Impact is Hannah Perez. Pinch hitting here for Mackenzie Ryan. Perez, a sophomore from Warner out of Riverview, Florida. 1 for 16 so far this summer. Good chance to try and get a hit here against Gilmore. In there for strike one. If you're Gilmore, just go right after her. Away for ball one. Due up in the bottom of the fifth, it'll be 6, 7, 8 for the Pioneers. Peterson, Petty, and Ball, they'll need at least one run. Well, they'll just need one run to keep the game going. Trailing 8-0. Chopper bounces foul. 1-2. Two down. Emma Hawthorne over there. At second base after the single. Squeeze in the building. Ready to take on the Slice right after this. Matchup we've had our eye on since the weekly schedule was adjusted and we knew what we were getting. 2-2 to Hannah Perez. Over to third. New third baseman Candy Kroll. One hops it in. That'll be an error. Gets away from the first baseman, and coming in to score is Hawthorne on the E5 to make it 9-0 Impact. Kroll just checked in over at third to begin the inning. One hopped it into Petty. And now 9-0 Impact with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth.
As the day's going on, Gray, you can just see a little bit of tired legs, a little more errors in the infield with this scorching hot day out here today.
Poor Pioneers have been out for quite a while. In for a strike to another pinch hitter, Ackerman. Another player looking for a hit. Ackerman, freshman last year for Chattanooga State. 1 for 19 at the plate so far this summer. Going as the runner, and they got her as Perez is caught for out number 3. But the Impact adds one more on just a hit and another Pioneers error in the field. 9-0 Impact headed to the bottom of the fifth. Pioneers will need 2 runs to keep the game going. If they can't get it, they'll fall to 1-1 on the day and 3-6 on the summer. Impact trying to end a 5-game losing streak, and to do that, they will turn to a new pitcher in the circle. Out comes Logan Robinson, sophomore out of Carleton College, hometown of Alexandria, Virginia. 10.24 ERA. So far this summer, just gone 4 1/3, 7 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 3 walks and a K. She appears to be the only adjustment for the Impact here in the bottom of the fifth. And now faces 6, 7, 8 to get started. Pioneers know what they need. Got to get on the board if they want to stay alive in this game and avoid the run rule. Interestingly, have only been run ruled one time this summer, or at least only been a part of one, and that was a run rule loss in the second game on Saturday to a slice, 12-2. That was last week. This week, they beat the slice 9-2, and now in danger of being run ruled in game 2 on Saturday. Here's Neely Peterson. Oh, wow, that clips her. Gave a bit of a howl. Could have been a bit extended of a howl, but that's a leadoff hit by pitch off of Peterson, who's now aboard. Here is Jordan Petty, nicknamed Hulk by her head coach out of Palmetto, Florida. Sophomore last year for Barry. Reached on an error earlier. And there for strike 1. Petty earlier today was 3 for 4 against the slice with 2 runs batted in. Quickly down 0-2. Logan Robinson in the circle. Second pitcher of a day for the Impact. Swing and a miss. 3-pitch K, 1 down.
Yeah, great. Coach Beach down there at third base. Coach's box. Looks like she's part of Cobra Kai back at Karate Kid with that plaque. I'm sure it's cooling her down because it is at least 100 heat index, I think.
I mean, whatever works. First pitch in, a strike to Skylar Ball. She ground out on a fielder's choice in the second. Give you the final line on Caitlin King in just a moment. She's in line for the win right now. Foul back 0-2. King for the day went 4 innings complete. 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. Really impressive work from King. Now Robinson coming in trying to finish off the game. Her team up 9-0. Outside 1-2. Poked over to third. Hawthorne to second for 1. No chance to get 2, but the fielder's choice means the final out. They will turn to the shortstop. 0-0 Kayla Poston. Another Barry player out of Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Flew out in the third. In there for strike 1. Robinson has come in and attacked the zone. I think her mindset is let's wrap this up so we can go ahead and get to our second game. Impact to play the River Mocs next on the other field. Found back. Another 0-2 count from Robinson. Pioneers down to final strike. The 0-2. Made her lean, didn't make her swing. 1-2. 2 outs. Peterson is over at first after the hit by pitch here in the bottom of the 5th. Pioneers trailing it 9-0. 1-2 to Poston. Off speed, slammed right up the middle for a base hit. And the Pioneers are alive. Still pulls in for ball 1. First pitch ball we've seen from Robinson since the HBP. Oh. 9-0 Impact. Pioneers need 2 to avoid the run rule. Two outs here in the bottom of the 5th. Upstairs, 3-0 to Kroll. And all of a sudden, Robinson peppering around, but not in the zone. Oh, wow. Upper part of the zone called for a strike, 3-1. Frankly, it didn't look that different from the 2-0 pitch, but it is a strike on Kroll. Trying to keep the Nears alive. The 3-1 popped up off the end of the bat, and Hawthorne makes the catch to retire the side and secure the victory for the Impact. They move to 3-5 on the season, 2-0 against Pioneers.